Atari just reinvented the video game with this, the Atari 7800.
Incredible, huh? So powerful it plays like the best arcade game with real joysticks, right? So advanced it plays super games, computer games no other video game system ever played. Just look at these. It even plays all Atari 2600 games. Great, huh? Hey. Oh, the new Atari 7800. We reinvented the video game.
Are you sure about that?
That's right. Let's play it. Let's get it.
We are back again. We got another box. And I tell you, this is an unexpected development, by the way. I got the CDI this month. Got the Jaguar this month. But then I had the opportunity for this, and this was sent along to me. And I couldn't believe that this was coming in. And now that it's here, let's open it, shall we? Sort of the trifecta, if you will. Let's open it like that. Now, this I've had before. Not in this condition. But, considering, how I grew up, the time I grew up in, used to see these like 15, 20 bucks all day long at like a dollar store, or Cost Cutters, or some of you had Big Lots. We didn't have one for many years. Let's see here. Oh, it's coming off. Hey, because the box is a little wet. I hope the system isn't wet. But wait till you see like the condition of this shit and what it came with. Let's see if there's a way I can let me see if there's a way I can fold this over here. Oh. Yeah, I can a little bit. All right, let's do it like that. And this is actually wrapped in another more paper. I gotta say the seller did a damn fine job with how this was packed. And of course, static electricity, because why not? Excuse me. See, folks, that is the only time you should attack somebody with a box cutter. When it's full of static electricity. And it's a bag, not human. I know I keep harping on and on about, especially on social media about, the events of these past few days, but it's just still sickening to me. Like, unbelievably sickening. Someone has a bad day and then but it's okay to pick up a gun and, shoot random people, I've had a ton of bad days. That's literally the whole year for me. All I did was lay in my bed and cry. Some people like vanilla, some people like chocolate. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, look at this. Look at this, will you? Your eyes do not deceive you. It is an Atari 7800. And the guy I got this from literally opened it just to take pictures of it. He bought it brand new back in the day. Just opened it to make sure everything was there, take a few pictures, and it was sitting on his shelf for many, many years, and he just wanted rid of it. This is really like immaculate. And he's talking about how he had it in a climate controlled environment and all this other shit, and he really meant it. So okay, so this is not the first version of it. This is the later version for those that are gonna have an eye for it. This is the one that you'd most commonly see be cleared out in the late 80s, early 90s, and as far as like my personal recollection, as far as 1993, you could actually walk into a Cost Cutters and pick one of these up for like 10, 15 bucks. And this is the one without the expansion port, but let's be honest, there was nothing that came out to really use it. But there were people that will say that this is incompatible with a couple of 2600 games, which doesn't really bother me because I plan on picking up a Junior one day anyway. Because I actually want to try to collect all the Atari systems. I mean, even though the Mister plays a lot of them. They play 2600 games, 5200 games. The Lynx core is coming soon. And the 7800 cores in beta testing. Of which I'm one of them. But still, I want the actual machines. And at least with the Mister core. And this is one good thing about having hardware emulation with Mister. I do not have to worry about getting this modded, especially since this system's supposed to be brand new, never touched. Before I found out about the core, I actually ordered this a few weeks ago. Before I found out there was a 7800 core. And I was planning on having this modded for S-Video, composite, and when the core came out, I didn't have to worry about that no more. So I could just leave this stock as is and just be fine with it. Just break it out whenever I need to. So anyway, that's the beauty part of hardware emulation. People wondering about that. They go, why don't you get the actual system? Well, what do you think this is? You know? It saves me from having to dig it out every single time I want to play a quick game of 7800 or... It saves me from having to go and put holes and potentially break a system that's been new old stock for over 30 years just to put an AV jack in it. Anyway, so we have arcade quality graphics, color, and sound released for 1984. Plays all 7800 games and exclusive super games. I don't know what they're talking about with that because they're all 7800 cartridges. I mean... A better one would just be to put 2600 stuff here, but whatever. Plays to all 2600 games. You know, they could have put that right there. More games available soon. And by the serial number on eBay that was shown, I think this was from 1987. Or at least manufactured in 87. Because the only ones you're going to see with the bigger box that say 7800 Pro system are the ones that were originally sitting in the warehouse in 1984. These are the ones manufactured under Trammell. Free pole position 2 game cartridge inside. And just trying to make sure that you can actually see it on the... See if it's upside down because, you know, cameras are funny like that. So here it is. Under here. This dude bought it for $49. Wow. That's a bargain. Plays all 2600 games, the joysticks, controllers, the Pro line, 7800 games. Fun for the whole family. And there's the side. And I don't give a shit about the serial number because let's be honest, there's a project that's trying to get all of them so we know what's compatible with what. But see the 87, that's why I believe this was made in 87. I'm sure somebody's going to correct me. This just repeats. Same with the side here. Oh, no, wait. Comes with 7800, 2 Pro line joysticks, RF video cable, power adapter, switch box manual, and game cartridge and warranty. And on the back, you have all of the... Okay, so I see what they did. They broke it down between arcade classics and super games, which super games were literally just Commodore 64 ports on the Atari, because let's be honest, folks. If Atari, I'm not getting the friggin' camera over. Let me see if the box is coming undone. All right, there's so much shows. All right, let's get rid of this big box thing. There we go. This is so I can actually show it, because this tablecloth is good for shit. As you can see, I usually put a cloth down. But the thing with this is, and this is my opinion personally, and it's a really good opinion. The reason the 7800 failed, not just because of the Nintendo. It's simply because Atari at the time was run by a computer guy. Trammell was founder of Commodore. So instead of treating this as the arcade system that it was meant to be, to just play these simple games like these, he wanted to try to make it more in line with his competitor, was now competitor, his old company Commodore. So he wanted to make it like a Commodore 64 that didn't need a keyboard. And that's why the 7800 failed, because he complicated it. You know, nobody wanted to play, none of Atari's audience wanted to play any of these. Because, let's be honest, if you really wanted to play these, most likely you had a Commodore. Most likely you had an Apple. Most likely you had an Atari computer. And they were actually, and further backed up by this, they were actually selling a computerized console called the XE Game System, which was literally an XE computer in a game system. So to me, there was no reason for them to make this stuff. Ball Blazer, I could see, yes, because that was on the 5200 as well. But not these. You didn't need Winter Games. You didn't need Karateka. You didn't need any of this stuff. This was meant to be an arcade console. And that's why I believe it failed, personally. All right, so let's open the box. Enough rambling on. And you can see he just opened it just to take pictures, because Atari boxes are usually glued. So like right here, they're not taped. So if ever you stumble onto a brand new Atari system, the Jaguar was the only one that had like a holographic sticker on it that kept it shut. All of Atari's other systems, I never had a new Lynx in box, so I wouldn't know about that. But 2600, 7800, 5200, they all were glued shut. So keep that in mind. This is just packing material, which I appreciate. So we have our pole position 2 manual. We have our 90-day warranty, and I'm pretty sure that expired. We have another brochure. Atari, power without the price. And, get the fuck... Yo! Further illustrating my point, ladies and gentlemen. This is a pamphlet promoting Atari's computers. Wow. That just... You gotta love it. It's almost like Jack Trammell was saying, hey, why play this piece of crap when you can buy one of my computers? Well, because I don't need a computer, Jack. You can see it looks like they've actually mailed these out to people, because you have the blank that you could put a postal sticker on. Alright. We have the Atari 7800 manual. And right there. Okay. We have next the power adapter, and with proprietary tip. And that's another reason why I don't really want to use the 7800 too much, because of that. Because finding a replacement power adapter especially one that's to spec. There's some with that plug, but come to find out that maybe there's inconsistencies with the power or something. And it's kind of frowned upon to use. So we have here also pole position 2 for the 7800. And if you ever miss a pole position 2 cartridge, if you're getting a 7800, you can literally find them for like $1. Like my local game shop, Digital Press, has a whole crap load of them for $1. Computer and game switch that was never used. You can tell it's never used because usually they have the converter hooked up to it, but we have a bullet, so we don't need that. And a lot of you know what I'm talking about, but for those few that are uninitiated, what I mean by the bullet is there's this silver, it looks like a bullet. That's why we call it the bullet. At least I know me and a few other people do. And what it is it's simply an RCA female to coax male cable. It's not even a cable, it's literally a screw. Like, it's literally the end of a coax cable that you could screw in, and instead of having a cable out of it, it's an RCA female jack, which is used for that. And it's basically been the go-to replacement for a while now. Alright, so we have the 2 Pro Line controllers. I think this was used a little bit, or because it's definitely a little dirty. Or maybe it's because it's been in the box for so long, I don't know. It feels clicky. Because these joysticks were never the most responsive. I definitely want to clean that up. For sure. Alright. Here's the AV cable. The coax cable. Here, oh, there it is. I was about to have a heart attack. Here's the 7800 itself. Let's see if I can get this situated. Definitely tell this wasn't opened. Tape's all over the place. So this is the 7800. Looks immaculate. But again, it's new. The joysticks were probably used before, I could tell. So this is the version with no expansion port, because it would be over here if it was. You have your coax, your power right over here, and your switch. Power, pause, select, reset. Difficulty switches, control ports. So yeah, this, if you're watching from Atari Age or whoever's doing that database, see, it's even got the plastic on it. Still, let's try to take that off. Hold on a minute, I'll get it. But if you're on Atari Age or whatever and you're doing the serial, then just know that this one that I showed you has no expansion port. And there it is, minty fresh. The plastic just removed. So I'm going to put this back in here. And of course the tape is starting to dry rot, which is nothing new. Trying to figure out how you put this back in. I gotta, as soon as I do this, I gotta cook supper, so here. But this is the star of the show to me. And I've never, ever held this in my hand. I've never even dealt with this. And I don't even think it came with systems or anything over here. I know you could buy them from Atari, but they didn't include them with the systems like they did in Europe. This is what's called the Atari 7800 Europad. And the reason they call it this is because it was given to the 7800s in Europe rather than the joysticks. And you can see it's very light. Very, very light. The buttons are a little not my cup of tea. And they got a joystick there you can use, which is stiff. Oh, don't want to drop that. Or as you can see, you can unscrew it and you have a stiff D-pad. So you can either play with D-pad or you could screw in the joystick. By the way, the joystick screw is plastic. There's no metal in here. Yeah. I can see why this is a pain in the butt. Like, I see these sell for so much, but believe me, it's my judgment's not really worth it. So yeah, that's the Atari 7800. And wait a minute, let me see if... Oh, okay, the plastic's still on the joysticks, so I can remove that too. Hold on a second. Just I was about to close the video, you know? Yo, are you kidding me right now? Oh my goodness. They really didn't put too much effort into gluing the joysticks now, did they? Let's see if I can see if there's enough stickiness that I could put the joystick back on. Yeah, so far, but I'd still try to take the crazy glue later and fix that. I did not expect that. Okay, now the video is definitely over. So I will see you guys next time. Peace.
What do you want? What do you think? What do you want? I want the latest games anywhere. What do you want? I want the sounds that curl my hair. What do you want? 7800s everywhere. What do you want? I want a Atari. I do. What do you want? I want a Atari. What do you want? Atari 7800. Atari's the name of the game, dudes. Check it out at these rad stores.